Hello, Wyandotte, and welcome to another edition of the best show on Wyandotte Cable. It's the Mud Puppets, and today we are joined from the pro wrestling locker room by the heel fan, Harper FLOYD. We're also going to delve into the latest happenings of the City Council Clown Show.
Hey Joel, you know how nostalgia's huge right now?
Retro is in, man.
And they brought back Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Transformers and they made huge money.
Yes, they did.
And do you remember our first show when I peed my pants?
Yes, that was not a highlight.
Well, guess what? We're about to cash a big check.
Ryan, you've peed all over the place.
Yeah, it's everywhere. We're gonna be rich.
I don't think you know how nostalgia works, pal.
I think I do, and we're gonna be rich as thieves.
I don't know, how do you plan to monetize this?
You've never heard of liquefying assets?
You know, I think you should probably run for president.
Oh, you really think so?
Yeah, I think you'd fit right in amongst the Republican candidates.
All right. Well, guess what? Trump Pissy Pants 2016. I'm Pissy Pants.
Well, you know, here we are, moving into the holiday season.
Yeah, that's right.
Ryan, I don't even know where to begin anymore with this council and mayor. Have you watched the council meetings recently?
Religiously, with a Bible in hand.
Citizens of Wyandotte, look, I know some of you have disagreed with some of the sentiments that we put forth here on the Mud Puppet Show, but honestly, let's take a moment to examine the last couple of council meetings from November 2nd and November 9th. Because we here on the Mud Puppet Show have repeatedly challenged members of this city, elected officials, to come on our show and answer for the silly things they say. And you know the response we've had? Well, you've seen. We don't have a single person, single elected official sitting in that seat.
Bupkis.
So let's get to it. November 2nd. Did you guys catch this council meeting? We had a 4-hour circle jerk in which, let's see the things we learned. Oh, well, the city's being sued.
Wow.
There's an impending lawsuit. And you know, they weren't going to talk about the lawsuit because no one had been officially served, yet then they talked about it for 2 hours, so thanks for that. We learned that the city is getting a marina.
Oh, good. Just what we need.
Yeah, I know. I'll be making a lot of use of that marina and everyone else who's barely scraping by.
Every day.
This meeting was so ridiculous. Even the usually docile city engineer, Mark Kowaleski, got heated.
Oh man, if you get the city engineer fired up, you're doing a bad job.
You know, the thing is, we've challenged in recent months Councilman Ted McCura.
Right.
He hates renters.
Hates them.
He has nothing but vitriol and disgust toward them, and we invited him to come on our show, sit down, and let's have a conversation about it. You know, he sits up there during these discussions talking about transparency in government, transparency for the citizens. I'll tell you something, McCura. Yeah, you're transparent, all right, because you're showing your ass. Transparency.
Yeah.
I watch these council meetings. You know what I see?
Is that how you watch them?
It's not transparency, it's idiocy.
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you make of some of this? The lawsuit, the marina?
First of all, why do we need a marina?
Good
Why
question.
do we need a marina? Because, I mean, maybe it's just me, but like there's people that can't, afford food in this city. There's people that are having hard times. Is this a city that needs a marina?
Well, hey, maybe I don't think we do, but let's take it from the horse's mouth. We have a clip. There was a man who was brought forward. I think it speaks for itself. Let's take a look at that clip.
He's one of the resident premier yachtsmen this side of the Mississippi.
Well, I'm a yachtsman. Now, I did say when they told me we have this marina being developed, the first thing I said, guys, this is not a marina. This is a harbor. Well, I'm a yachtsman. Well, I don't know. I have to say I'm quite humbled by being the yachtsman, one of the most authoritative figures in Mississippi over. Well, I'm a yachtsman. Well, like I said, I've been a boater my entire life. I've been a yachtsman. Well, I'm a yachtsman. We spend our discretionary income as boaters, as yacht people. We spend our discretionary money on that lifestyle. Well, I'm a yachtsman.
So here we have this Rick Santorum lookalike.
That's his cousin Kip Santorum.
And understand, when I call you a Rick Santorum lookalike, that is not a compliment.
Yeah.
The old frothy mix.
Oh.
This guy, the premier yachter. Are you kidding me? So the city trots out.
Can you get that on a blazer? Premier yachter.
They trot out some fart-sniffing yuppie, and he's telling us all about how his family likes to. That's great. I'm glad your family,
Yeah.
you can afford. And then they're debating, is it a harbor? Is it a marina? My God, talk about hashtag wealthy people problems for crying out loud. A harbor, a marina. Shut up.
It's just what the city needs, to be whiter.
Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there.
No.
So we have all this bickering, okay?
Yeah.
And so excited by all of this was Councilman Sabuda that he had an orgasm. Roll the clip.
Yes, oh yes, oh yes.
I'll have what he's having, first of all.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. We're gonna need a mop in there.
Wow. Sabuda, he came, he saw, he came again.
Oh, okay. All right, so now we move into the November 9th council meeting.
Oh.
You would think 4 hours the previous week on this nonsense, they had enough, but oh no.
No.
It got kicked up again with the never-ending captain's ordinance battle because apparently captains is allowed to do whatever the hell they want. They've got this dweeb attorney who gets up there and speaks for the owners because apparently they're incapable of speaking for themselves.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, and is this guy a weasel? Is he a weasel? A typical lawyer gets up there, he likes to point out all these other little circumstances that really have nothing to do with the fact that captains is violating the city ordinance. And what happened here? Well, let's take a look because Councilman Don Schultz and Councilman Ted McCura, they had another slap fight.
If you
Every
wanted-
time captains comes up, it's always a problem.
Yeah.
You know, it's either do you want to move the city forward, as they said, or do you want to stop it, just turn the key and shut it down?
I don't know why you're looking at me.
I'm
I'm in
just looking
favor of sending it
across
to the
the
planning.
aisle.
I just asked him,
Okay.
is he going to change his
Knock
resolution?
all down and build houses. Then what are you gonna do?
Mr. Schultz, it's sure something. You always get upset and you don't get your way, you start yelling and screaming. You do a very
I'm
good
not
job at
yelling and
that.
screaming.
I don't think,
Talking common sense.
It sounds like it.
Mr. McCure, I don't think you need to
Don't
correct
start it,
Councilman
buddy.
Schultz, okay?
Don't start with
I
me,
think
sir.
Councilman Schultz
Don't yell at
I
me,
can if
sir.
I want.
Excuse
You
me.
are.
Excuse
Exactly
me.
my point.
Unbelievable. Now you know they had the councilman grudge match inside the cell.
Yeah, but there was a no contest. Both men lost too much blood, Joel.
Uh-huh.
I've heard through the grapevine there's going to be a rematch. Japanese death match.
So it's gonna be Donnie Schultz and Ted McCura 2. And I can't wait to see it, Ryan.
Barbed wire, exploding C4 boards. I mean, puppies on
Puppies.
puppies
Masochists.
on
These-
yeah,
Well,
spiked bats.
I mean, I hope they settle the feud personally, but you know that wasn't all.
No.
that wasn't all.
no,
okay?
no.
Councilman Ted McCura has been so out of control lately that a citizen who was watching the meeting at home in their pajamas showed up to chastise him in front of all of Wyandotte. Let's roll the clip.
Ted and McCura, you have no clue what it is to run a business. You've never run a business. I don't even know what you do for a living. But you have no say-so in how anybody runs a business. So I came here because I really get upset at the people that speak and they don't know what they're saying. And I got upset because of you doing your what does the bar do after hours. We live in Wyandotte and we want to make money. And we want businesses to succeed. So you know what? Work with them.
Look at that. Anna Banana in her pajamas came and put the smack down on McCura. Did you see the look on his face?
It's pretty bad when citizens, it's like, I can stay here and be comfy in my pajamas, or I can go to the city council meeting and yell at a councilman. When people are feeling that strongly about something, you're doing something right, Ted.
And I don't know if you guys saw, but had on Detroit Tigers pajama pants and pink slippers and came and just, backhand. And did you see the look on his face? I have seen people eat crap sandwiches who didn't have that kind of look on their face.
You've seen people eat crap sandwiches?
On occasion.
Where do you go to lunch?
You go down to Skid Row here in
Oh.
Wyandotte, you'll see some things. So, what this all encompasses is the fact that, again, we see the malfeasance of your government on display, playing to the cameras, getting nothing done. And here we've challenged you, Councilman Ted McCura, you renter bashing. I'm gonna have to reel it in here. I don't
Yeah.
want to say anything. I'm gonna have to bleep.
Yeah.
We've challenged you to come on the show 4 months now. And here you have citizens coming down now and calling you out. Well, we're calling you out too, sir. Come on the show, sit down for an interview. You can air out all the issues you want, or we pose the question to you once more. Like this city's mayor, whose name we will not speak because he's been banned from the show, are you simply Ted McCura too scared? Yeah, so hold tight, Wyandotte. We're gonna hear a little promo for our podcast. When we come back, we're sitting down with our guest, heel fan, Harper Floyd. So I had someone in our family today tell me how they asked a coworker. They asked a black coworker. They were that white person. They went to work and they were like, look, I don't want to seem racist, but if I could just ask you a quick question that's going to be completely insulting, what do you folk prefer to be called? Is it colored or African American or black? Could you help a honky out? Welcome back to the program, and right now we are joined by the heel fan, Harper Floyd. Harper, welcome to the program. Now, for those of you who don't know, we've got a backstory because almost 2 years ago, Ryan and I used to do commentary fairly often on wrestling matches. Yeah. Ryan made some comments about the fans in attendance being goons.
I said they were goons, and I still stand by it.
Harper, you at the time took offense to that.
Yes, I did.
You actually tried to break into the studio and confront Ryan over it.
See, when that happened, yes, I really wanted to strangle his neck. And really, but then, after he had me arrested for going on his property,
right.
I had some time to think about it. And then I started working for these companies, learning a little bit about the business. And I have to agree that most of these people are redneck, crazy, drunk goons.
Yeah.
So well now.
Thank you, Harper. I'm glad you've seen the light.
Now wait a second. I was happy today to finally bring you two together so you could bury the hatchet. You've buried the hatchet now, right?
We have. We've made
you guys are
up.
on the same side, but at the expense of the fans.
Nah, well, the fans are. Some of them are okay.
All right.
We're not saying all of them.
Yeah, there's a few decent fans out there. All I'm saying is the vast majority of people who live in Wyandotte and who are wrestling fans are goons.
And, go to that DSW show and you'll see a lot of them there. I'm just saying.
All right. I'm going to leave it at that, gentlemen. This is the best I think I'm going to get out of you two, so that's fine.
Beautiful.
Now, Harper, you are now involved with the Pro Wrestling Locker Room, another program here on Wyandotte Cable. It pales in comparison to the Mud Puppets, but when you're the best show on Wyandotte Cable, what can you do? Tell us about how you got involved with the Pro Wrestling Locker Room.
Well, me and Ryan were guests on the PWL one day, and Bubba put something in my drink. I ended up sick, so I couldn't show up to the show to confront him at the show.
Wow, he really?
So, with that, I took him to court. And what I got out of it is I got to be on the show, and until I've seen fit that I was paid handsomely. Well, then he tried to walk away.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Thought he would get out of the contract that way. Instead of that, I come back with a new one. He agreed to it. I am now in control of the PWL.
Yeah, so Big Bubba Luscious kind of played a little game of cat and mouse with you. You were on a few times as a fan, kind of as a fan perspective.
Yes.
And now you have essentially overthrown Big Bubba Luscious. You came in as the director, and I guess I should say I used to direct the PWL.
Right.
It was during its golden years.
Back when it used to be good.
Not there anymore. Anyways, no, but then you came in, Harper. I said, I've had enough.
Yeah.
I've had enough. I mean, you know, I say a lot about the malfeasance and incompetence with the council meetings.
Yeah.
Same situation with the PWL. Couldn't take it anymore. But now, so it went through a lull. It actually went through a period where it wasn't shooting. You came in as the director.
Yes. Bubba called me up and said he agreed with the paper that Jeffrey Feiger delivered to him.
Oh,
Wow.
Feiger time.
Yes, you gotta get the best if you're gonna use a lawyer in Michigan.
That's right.
And
You don't
he-
want to use that little dweeb that Captains employs.
No.
No, not
Okay.
really.
Continue.
I want to win, not lose. Anyways, so, you know, we came to that agreement, and one day he decided he wanted to cancel the show, or he forgot to book the show, and I took over producer.
Now, yeah, I want to get to that. So you came in as director, and very quickly you started making some changes on the show, and it became clear there was a new boss hog in town.
Yeah.
You're now the director-producer of that program. And I got to hand it to you. You have, with little resources, you've diversified the program a bit. You've introduced in addition to the standard PWL that the audience is used to, you've also come up with the power block. Talk to us about the idea behind the power block.
Well, you know, I figured people were tired of seeing the normal, same old interview show. You get one match, and the rest of it is a bunch of Bubba, blah, blah, blah. You know, it gets tiring after a while. So I figured if Bubba wanted to run 2 shows a month, you know, so I said, if we're going to do that, we got to do 2 different shows, not 2 of the same shows. So I figured, you know, grab some matches from the independent scene and throw them on the 30-minute power block. Get the names of all these companies out there and fill them seats up.
I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea.
And you're having something of a rotating cast of commentators or hosts for the power block.
That is my idea, yes. I want to get 2 people that work good together to call the matches like Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler used to do for the WWE.
I'm glad you said when you added the caveat of used to call him good, because Jerry Lawler is god awful. If you're a wrestling fan, oh, he's terrible. I don't want to get off on a tangent. And we should mention, if you watch Wyandotte Cable, you probably saw Ryan and myself hosting the inaugural episode of the Power Block, and we were honored to be on. And we said, you know what, heel fan needs to come on our show. So yeah, it's going to be rotating commentators. You're actually going to be on an upcoming episode.
Yes, I will be
yourself.
on the second one. We only did 2 for 2015, and hopefully we'll have more of them for 2016.
Awesome.
So,
Now, you've touched on Big Bubba Luscious several times. You might want to wash your hands afterward. Let's talk about it, because this is a bit of a controversial issue. He has run the PWL for years. Some would say he has run it into the ground. What has that transition been like, that struggle for power, where now you are the director-producer? You're actually the one contacting guests, putting the show together. What's that challenge been
well,
like?
you know, I'm Geppetto, and he's my Pinocchio. And that's how it's going to be.
Wow.
Snap! Nice. Well, let me ask you this. So, traditionally, he has been the host. A lot of times he's had a co-host. We've seen many people come and go over the years. Will Bubba, I'm going to put you on the spot here, will Bubba continue to be the host of the PWL?
If he shapes up, he sure will. But this constant, hey, you know, this, that, I can't do this, I can't do that, ain't going to happen no more. Heel fan wants a quality show. It used to be the top in 15 years ago, 10 years ago. We want to be where Mud Puppets are now.
Wow.
And you know what? Harper,
Wow.
he just said, heel fan said it best. The Mud Puppets have become the standard bearer on public access here in Wyandotte.
Yeah, that's true. We're the kings. We're on top of the hill.
Well, now we should throw it out there. You're looking for a few good men or women,
Yep, men
some
or
volunteers, because that's how I started here at Wyandotte Cable. It's how you started. We were volunteers, and you start working on a show. You work on some remote productions, and you start to learn how things run. And now you're doing your own show, but you need good people to run it.
Right.
So if you're interested in volunteering and working on a show, you can call up the studio. There's some kind people you'll talk to, and then you might be able to come and work on a production like the Pro Wrestling Locker Room. But we'd like to be known, no half-wits.
Yeah.
We got enough half-wits down here as it is.
You need at least 3/4 of your wits to get this job.
Yeah, like Bubba.
You would say Bubba has 3/4 of his wits?
Well, maybe
'cause
not 3 of them.
I would disagree.
I think he spent
vehemently
2 of
with
them
that.
for a ho-ho, but...
Oh man, the man came with jokes. I love it.
Wow.
Okay, I'm just getting a time cue from my good buddy, the Disco Devil. Harper, as we do with all of our guests, we like to play a bit of a game. Ryan has prepared this or that.
Harper,
Okay.
you know what the rules are. I'm going to give
Right.
you 2 scenarios. You got to pick this or that. Death is not an option.
You have to answer.
5 questions, and if you do well, we're going to give you a very special prize.
Sweet.
Number 1. Would you rather take a stink face from Rikishi, and for fans who don't know, that's a 400-pound Samoan man rubbing his bare butt in your face, or take a Bronco Buster from X-Pac, and that, for fans who don't know, is a 200-pound man repeatedly ramming his covered genitals into your face?
Well, they're both gonna stink, so I would take the less death one, and that would be the Bronco Buster.
The Bronco Buster, I think that's a smart move. Because, I mean, I don't know.
There's no winner in that.
Speaking
so
as a big man, a 400-pound dude's
I can't
butt,
fault him.
that can't be
Can't fault
good.
him.
Number 2, this is the standard one I like to ask, but I like to ask everyone. Would you rather have your entire Google history search revealed for all the public to see, or a sex tape of yourself leaked online?
They're both intriguing. I would take the sex tape online.
You'd rather have the
Yes,
sex
I'd
tape
rather-
out
You said
there.
Harper had no shame in either of those choices.
I think he wants both of those things to happen.
It's kind of
Both
That was
does
weird.
sound like fun.
Okay.
It's an open book.
Now, you're stuck on an island for the rest of your life, all right? You're trapped. Would you rather your companion on the island, your only companion on the island, be Big Bubba Luscious or Mud Puppet Joel?
No contest.
Yeah, there's no contest. I'd have to take Bubba because he's more like a female.
Well, I guess you could look at. I was gonna say.
Even with this hair?
I
Are
was.
you
Yeah, I was
sure?
gonna come out much pretty.
You are
But
prettier.
Bubba has boobs. Can I say that?
This
I'm
just went.
sorry.
Wait, can we say boobs?
We can.
We're
say
hearing
boobs.
we can say
yes.
boobs. Okay, boobs.
Confirmed.
I just said it. Next one. Would you rather have to smell, for the rest of your life, you have to smell like this, okay? Would you pick to have to smell like the collected farts of a crowd full of wrestling fans? Or the inside of a Cadillac that's been used as a mobile bordello for 40 years?
We have one of those in Wyandotte. I
Yeah, I
think.
think
The
so.
farts are the fans. Sorry.
The fan farts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
That
you don't
way I
want
don't
that
get a
stank
disease.
from... Last one. For one day, you have to wear one of the following. Underwear made of steel wool or underwear made of a collection of knotted up live worms.
Wow, knotted up live worms seem exciting. I'd go with the knotted up worms.
That was my response.
When I told Joel this question, he said the same thing. You guys have
Well,
a
come
weird,
on,
weird
you gotta
kink.
imagine. They'd just be writhing. You'd be like, "Hey,
But think of that steel wool and you're
not
like,
too bad."
I have to behave.
Nah, that'd be like an Iron Maiden for your gents. No, thank you. So what has Harper won today, Ryan?
Now, Harper, you, I just want to, I know we can't really get a close-up here, but I just want to show this to the camera. You are officially not a goon. This is awarded to Harper Floyd in recognition of your utter and complete lack of gooniness. So I just want to hand that to you.
Get a little shot with Harper with that. Hold that
Not
up,
a
Harper.
goon. That's official. You can take that to any court in this land, and if they're trying to determine your gooniness, you show them that and tell them that's from Mud Puppet Ryan.
Harper, thank you for joining us today. Stick around.
Okay.
You guys are going to hear another a little piece from Mud Puppets Radio. That's our podcast. You definitely want to check it out. Here's a little sample.
You know, these old cliches have been around forever of going back in time and killing baby Hitler. Would you do it?
Why are we always going back in time to kill baby Hitler?
It's the easiest Hitler to kill.
Okay.
You just take a claw hammer and you beat that little
I couldn't kill a baby. I couldn't do it.
I would drop kick that mofo out the window.
Now, if we're talking about like elementary aged Hitler, I might be able to shoot him between the eyeballs. Oh yeah, that's a podcast is some good stuff. Mud Puppets Radio. Look it up. Now, Ryan, you had a little story.
Yeah, the other day I was walking into Aldi. I heard someone yell out, "Mud Puppet Ryan." My pen cap flew off. I turned around and Joel, I met the young man named Jeff. Big fan, so I want to send a shout out to him. Now, my first instinct when someone in public yells out my name is I mace them and I just start kicking them, you know, until my boot's covered in brain.
Okay, that's how you would treat a fan.
I'm a huge celebrity, so I have to take personal care. You know, I always carry my mace. I have a Bowie knife.
A huge celebrity, you say? Let's remember you said it.
Physically, yes. And in terms of star power, magnitude, and fame.
Well, it is nice to hear from
So.
fans. And you know what? If you're sitting at home and you're like, you know what? I have a talent. I'm more talented than that Harper guy. Or you have a show or a group that you would like to promote, you can come on this show. We would love to have you. And you can do that by emailing us at themudpuppets@gmail.com. You can also check out our website, mudpuppets.com, which will link you to all of our social media, including Facebook, where you can like our fan page and become our friend, YouTube, where we encourage you to subscribe to our channel and watch, I believe, over 160 videos. Also, the WordPress blog, where we post some information about each of our shows, some behind-the-scenes information. And of course, that is also where our podcast can be found, Mud Puppets Radio. But also now there's an even easier way you can listen to Mud Puppets Radio. That is on SoundCloud now.
That's right.
And we'll post some more information on all of our social media about that. There's a whole playlist. We have over 50 episodes of Mud Puppets Radio.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on Twitter, this guy here is at Mud Puppet Ryan. I'm at Mud Puppet Joel. Heel fan, I'd like to thank you again for coming on the show. And of course, you can catch the Pro Wrestling Locker Room right here on Wyandotte Cable. And Harper, you've been posting them on the internet?
YouTube.com, Heel Fan News.
There you go. Heel Fan News. Get all caught up on the Pro Wrestling Locker Room. From time to time, Ryan will make an appearance. As long as Big Bubba Luscious isn't present, that is our contractual agreement.
He does
at this
want to
point.
tag up with Ryan one day.
Oh, well,
I don't know if it's an
I don't
all-you-can-eat
know.
buffet they wanted to tag up
I don't
with,
know.
but-
I've carried enough dead weight in my time.
Okay.
I have to agree.
Okay. That's going to do it for today. We'll see you guys next time. Councilman Ted McCura. Call me. Coward.
Town. I'm really looking forward to it. We have some new big balls coming in, and it's just going to be beautiful. So.
It was a Mud Puppet Show, but now we gotta go. So come on back next time, and we'll have you feeling fine. You know it's not a guarantee, so don't you think of suing me. I'm just the one singing this song.